I think there's a couple assessments, right? I think there's a quantitative assessment and a qualitative assessment. Number one is when you're looking at infrastructure. I'm stuck in congestion every day if I go to the Pentagon or to the Office of Secretary of Defense. I'm stuck anytime I'm in an urban or metropolitan area. My thing is what can we do in those areas, not to repave roads or not to look at the existing infrastructure, but what are the linkages that we can do in the transportation sector? And can we combine new lines of communication with public transportation in order to streamline that? I think that comes down to metrics, right? I think that comes down to doing analysis of each specific area. And it goes back to acts that might not be directly influenced by or directly defined by infrastructure, like the Swamp Act, right? Where we're looking at moving major types of investment and government investment out of the DC area, out of areas that are already congested to, say, southern parts in Virginia, like the 5th District, or even other places in the country where federal dollars are spent, and you're going to see an automatic growth in infrastructure, whether it's internet, whether it's lines of communication, whether it's power, whether it's SCADA. All the things that you look at in critical infrastructure can be grown based on how we actually allocate resources. I think it's very hard to politically get out that allocation of resources when you're in Congress, but if we could somehow, as a businessman, if we could figure out an apolitical way to allocate those resources based on metrics, I think we can prioritize those investments pretty well, because some people need to remember, I believe it's Article 8 of the Constitution allows us that opportunity and that ability to finance infrastructure projects that help with the economy. Because I believe there's a stat out there that says out of every $1 you spend for infrastructure, you get $3 in economic growth. Is that true? I'm not quite sure, but I'd like to give it a shot to see if it is.